Bam
You
getting
know,
down. Look at that.
you know who I am?
Who are you?
I'm Mini-Me running for my life. Hello, Letty, Crystal, Dead Butterfly Project, Dee Dee, Gina. I'm not gonna do Guy Night tonight. It's Gina. Dead Butterfly Project. Trust me, there is no moneymaker over here. That moneymaker died long time ago. The Bam Shuffle. Nope, this was Mini-Me running for his life.
Oh, I got a video to play. Another video. I don't know if I'll play this one yet. But anyway.
Hello, Kate. Good night.
Happy Saturday, all. Actually, I take that back. I don't know why I said that. You know when people say...
You don't wish people a happy Saturday?
No. You know when people say happy Monday or whatever? Like I just want to... So forgive me all.
What's up, punk?
Hey, punk. Hey, everyone. Thanks for...
Where were you last night? Robin was mad because he was only the only guy in here last night. I'm assuming you're a guy. Punk, are you a dude?
I don't know. Punk's a dude. Good question.
I'm thinking Punk's a dude.
I say Punk is a chick.
I'm going with Punk is a dude.
I bet he or she will never tell.
Well, I'll tell you something. We got a 50-50 shot at it. We both do.
So that airplane this morning, he flew around for about 4 hours, and more than likely, he was getting close to running out of fuel, or did run out of fuel. He was able to land in a field. Seems like no damage to the plane, and he was arrested. So he's in custody, and we'll find out in the next day or two.
What airplane?
Oh, this morning, dude stole an airplane from Tupelo, Mississippi.
Oh, no shit.
Wrote a kind of a cryptic message, what do you call it, on a live note. Said, I'm sorry for everything, goodbye.
Goodbye, crew world.
And said he was going to crash his plane into a Walmart.
Oh.
So they evacuated the Walmart. But then he started flying around. I was showing the FlightAware, the flight path, and the thing was all over the freaking place. I mean, it's everywhere. He's going in, it looked like a scratch pad.
Oh, wow.
And nobody knew what he was going to do. And finally, the plane, it was off the radar. So right away, they thought it crashed, but he didn't. He just made a safe landing. I don't know if safe or not, but an emergency landing. And he was arrested. So we'll see in the next few days what that was all about.
So those of you that missed the show last night, and there's a couple of you, Manny's got a screenshot.
I do? Of what?
You do. The V.
Oh, you guys haven't seen the V? Not all of you have seen the V?
No, I don't think all of them have seen the V. Like Punk. And I don't think Butterfly was in here last night.
I still have the V.
Do you still have the V?
There it is.
Okay, so I went and got my hair cut the other day. Yesterday, matter of fact. Yeah, it was yesterday. Went and got my hair cut. And I did a little surprise. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Oh, yes, he did.
Look at that V.
He got the V.
Yep.
Did it start growing in already, I imagine?
I don't know. Tell me what you think. Oh, hang on here. Let me get turned around. What do you think?
Nah, still looks good. Still looks the same. So Bam loves V so much.
Did it for her. I did it for I did it for my girl Vanessa. Did it for you, sweet pea.
See, he doesn't hate Vanessa.
I don't.
We don't.
I don't hate Vanessa. You got to actually know somebody to hate them. Right? And I mean, I even like her so much I'm willing to put her face on my ass.
He says he would, but I don't believe that he would. But he says that he would. Just underneath his tramp stamp. I'm thinking right cheek.
Oh, I'd definitely be right cheek.
Oh man, you know what? If he do that, he better be some freaking good artist because.
Well, the person that I have in mind for it specializes in portraits.
Okay. Oh, Margie says you're missing the T from the the VT. Nah, V's good enough. V's good enough.
Well,
anyway,
I could go back and have a little T done. You put a little T.
You do it yourself. Don't you got a little hair clipper? Clipper.
Okay. I can't see the back of my head.
No, have somebody do it for you real quick. Just you know.
Yeah, maybe I could have Carl do it.
Meanwhile, back in the RGV, we do have another episode of the VT Chronicles for you.
Oh, say it isn't so.
Oh, it's so. It's not very long. It's less than an hour. And it needs to be smack dab in the center of your butt. So when you...
There's only one thing smack dab in the center of your butt.
Yeah, that's what Vicky means. That's actually pretty funny. That's actually pretty funny. Okay. Let's this is a special Saturday edition of the VT Chronicles. You ready? Oh, look.
Oh, can we turn off that music?
Yeah. You know, I was starting to feel nauseated, and I just realized I think it's the music.
So, what's she got going on here on the right side of her face? I mean, what do we got going on here? I mean, we got curls and we got long hair. I mean, it kind of resembles My Little Pony.
That's right. She's got no thingamajigger on her head. Right.
Well, we don't know.
Well, let's find out.
Okay.
And the cues, hang on, let me get ready with the volume because she might have some music. I have not seen the entirety of this video, so, and Bam hasn't seen it at all.
Nope.
And
does she talk about me?
I don't think so. All right, let's do it. Oh, lovely Tejano music, which I'm not a fan of. Sorry. You know, it sounds like Selena, but I don't know if it's her or not. I'm not well educated in the Tejano music industry. So this was earlier today. I don't know if that's like shower hair or is it?
And it's raining hard.
It's rain head.
I don't think you can see my scrubs, but they're like literally like I stepped in the shower. It's strange though, because it like
The music.
How's everybody doing?
Hey, John Allen.
It rained. What is this? It rained on my live. Like this kind of music,
Yeah,
that kind of music that was playing, I really don't like that. And a lot of people in my region like that's regional music.
Oh my god.
Actually, it reminds me of like.
She wants to be like a radio DJ real bad. She wants that's what she should do. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that because
No.
So music is the theme of today's show, by the way.
Oh, I like music.
It's raining.
She's amused because it's raining. Well, I don't.
So hard that I had to pull over on the median earlier. I was like, I learned that from my grandma. I'd see her, she'd be like, and she wouldn't tell me anything, but I would see her because I'd be like, I can't see the lines on the road. And I guess she also couldn't see the lines on the road, so she just pulled over. And then we just got back on the road when it was like when we could see the lines on the road again. Take a ride with me. This is my kind of music.
And then she complains because Facebook shuts her down.
Where am I from? I'm from the Rio Grande Valley, the southernmost tip of Texas. The southernmost tip of Texas. I'm trying to be positive. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Karen Browns. Thank you. I try to be positive. Sometimes it's really hard. It really is.
It is. I agree.
I'm a very mentally strong person. I have so much mental strength. So in my, even I have those moments where it's hard for me to get over that emotional hurdle in that moment sometimes. But like I said, just smile. And there's times where you'll see me doing a live video, and in that moment, something really catastrophic is happening, and I'm telling you about it because I know if I deal with it on my own. And plus, probably one of the reasons that I'm telling you about it is because it's an important public concern, because it shouldn't be happening to any citizen because it's an injustice, right? And you'll see me in the middle of even a video where I will stop crying and just be like I'll just put it on because sometimes it works. Many times it works. You smile and you feel better. You feel better. I think I think I could even be able to try to smile as I have. I mean, you're watching them. I've smiled while they lit fires all around me. I've smiled while I put out all the fires. I've smiled while during the moments that I couldn't put out all the fires. And so then I had to become the fire. And I had to take control, And then I've smiled while the fire is still going, and I had to just give it to God. Because I knew I had to give it to God.
Hello, Sylvia.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I hope all of you are going to be safe and be safe on this Labor Day. I put gas a few times today, and everybody's buying beer like all day.
This is Texas.
Like all day. I guess it's one of those weekends, right? I mean, yes, right?
Is there a football game on tonight? Pro ball?
You really are? Wow. Somebody said they're going to go see Shinedown. That's for my generation. That's actually, I was like maybe like 12 or 13 or 14, but it's still my generation because that kind of music, that's really the generation of like 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds, right? From that time. That's the music that impacts you the most, right? During those teen angst years, the angsty teenage years, right?
Oh boy.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Bonnie Harrison. Thank you.
And you guys see I put a couple of songs up on my page earlier today. Did you see those? There was a reason for that.
I never wanted to be that. Anybody that knew me before 7 years ago, I was always smiling. I was always happy. In fact, I was the person that everybody called, and when they felt bad, I could make, and I still can, make anybody smile. Anybody at all.
welcome to any new viewer we have, including those that
Your
are
name's Girls
sympathetic to Miss
My
Vanessa.
first.
Welcome to our
I
live
didn't.
program.
Isn't it funny? I got introduced by music not through the radio, because my grandmother never turned the radio on ever. In fact, I didn't get an appreciation for country music until maybe 5 or 6 years old, because my mother would always turn the radio on when she would pick me up, because my grandma is the one that raised me, because both of my parents were 17, and so my dad was sent off to the army, and he was there in Germany, and then he got sent to his Fort Bliss in El Paso for 20 years. And my grandma was like, no, I'm going to raise her. So we never listened to music, and it wasn't any kind of religion or anything. She just didn't like the noise. And that's why I thought it was so strange when my mom she was all young compared to my grandma was like 50 something. And so then my mom would pick me up on the weekends. So I was with my grandma like 90% of the time, and we'd be in the car and it'd be complete silence, which was fine for me because
Jessica, thank you for the super sticker. You're awesome. Much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Like, I was always thinking about something. And my mother, but my introduction to music was, and I always knew as soon as I get home, I'll just turn on MTV. My introduction to music was MTV. But some of the first videos I ever saw were, and remember, I saw them first on video before they got to the radio. Billy Idol, Cradle of Love, and Rebel Yell. The very first video I saw was
Luke. You're gonna miss it, Luke.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Sweet Dreams was my first one by the Eurythmics. And I loved it. It was so enchanting and so like wow, like woo, like it was just like, oh, like what is this? Madonna. Papa don't preach, I'm in trouble. Yeah, Papa don't preach. That one was the first one. Actually, no, it was Lucky Star. You can be my lucky star. That I'm the luckiest one of all. That one was the first.
And this is why we don't ask her to sing at our weddings.
I'll never forget the earliest Madonna. She was so young with her short hair and her dark eyebrows.
Hi, Lenaya.
Twisted Sister. We're not gonna take it.
Actually, the first Madonna song was called Everybody.
I'm thinking the first one that she liked.
Okay, watch this. Hang on. Okay.
Hey, G-Man.
So
Christopher.
I'm posting right now. Right now.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Now. I am posting the song that got Madonna on the map.
And it is.
If Facebook would ever freaking load the page right now.
Oh, well, there you all have that.
I don't know about everybody else, but my Facebook has been real slow the last couple of weeks. Anyway, I don't want to keep silent. I'll wait till the page loads up. There's a song called Everybody by Madonna.
I remember the song, but I don't remember Madonna singing it.
I just put it up to my page. She was discovered by a gentleman named Jelly Bean Benitez. He's actually the one who discovered her.
What was the last name?
Benitez.
Jelly
Bean Benitez, yeah.
So is that where she came up with the song La Isla Bonita?
No, two separate, totally different things.
Okay.
Benitez, Bonita, two different things.
Okay.
So she was discovered by Jelly Bean, And
Jelly Bean, what
that
a
song
name.
that I posted on my page, it's called Everybody. That was her first hit.
Is
After
he the
that-
size of me? Is the Jelly Bean the size of me?
Actually, no. He's a little dude.
Little skinny kid.
Yeah. And then from there, she was famous for the slow song. What's it called? Crazy for You.
Loved that song. That was in the movie Vision Quest.
Yep. She came out in the movie Vision Quest. They were at a club, and she's there with her band doing that song.
I loved that movie.
It was her first appearance, and then after that came Desperately Seeking Susan. So,
And that's when we all realized that she was a much better actor than she was a singer.
I don't know.
I don't know. She did have some really big hits, like with Vogue and Papa Don't Preach.
Yeah, you can't deny those freaking hits that they were big, huge.
Vogue was an amazing song. It really was.
All right, let's see where else this is going here. Let me go back just a second. Okay.
He is one of all. That one was the first one. I'll never forget the earliest Madonna. She was so young with her short hair and her dark eyebrows. Twisted Sister, we're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Those were the very first ones. Hungry Like a Wolf.
Duran Duran.
Hungry Like a Wolf. That was the first one of the first ones too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Travel the world and 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. That song right there, because I listen to the words. Remember, I'm different. So
yeah, you're different, all right.
Listening to the melody and
Yeah, because nobody listens to the words.
Benji.
Because she's different.
She is different. She's deranged. She's demented.
Remember,
she marches to the beat of her own drum.
Most people would be listening to the melody and liking the video, but I actually listened to the message. Like I was listening to the message of these songs.
Now she's going to say she was listening to the messages of these songs when she was like in second grade.
Well, you know, the funny thing about music, and music is a very powerful instrument. It can take you from one mood and put you in another mood. It can make you happy. It can make you sad. It can make you mad. I mean, music is a very powerful tool.
Sure is. And we're going to find out how powerful it is in just a little bit.
Oh, we are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that one, when you break down that song was fundamental.
Hey, Giovanna.
If you really listen to it as, like, especially a kid, and you actually believed it, right?
The truth is, a lot of people remember a song by what's called the chorus or the hook. And the hook stays in your head.
Well, yeah.
Forever, right?
Well, that's why they call it a hook.
And most people don't know who those singers are. And usually the people singing the hook is not the artist, but it's his backup singers.
Right.
So you should watch a documentary. I think it's on HBO. It's called 20 Feet from Stardom. And all these songs you've heard from the 60s, 50s, and forward, you're going to see who these background singers were. And it's going to fascinate you. That's a great, great documentary.
Well, I know Tina Turner started out as a backup singer.
Yep. So did Luther Vandross.
Yes.
You got to watch that. 20 Feet from Stardom. Watch that one. It's good tonight.
Like some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be used by you.
Oh, so that's why she likes that song. That's why she likes Sweet Dreams.
Yeah, by the Eurythmics. That was another 80s tune.
The Eurythmics. What was her name? Annie Lennox?
Annie Lennox. Well, it was the Eurythmics, and then it was just Annie. So I think her and Dave actually split up and got a divorce.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, especially a kid, and you actually believed it, right? Like, some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Mm-hmm. All of that song was really profound. People just liked it because it was beautiful. Also, the one that came out with the Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Right now, and I
goodness.
think of like when I was a little kid.
Just makes you want to go in your closet and try on everything in there
Boy
at
George,
the same time.
Karma Chameleon. Karma Chameleon.
Oh, that freak.
La, la,
Yeah, I like Boy George.
la, 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 la.
I mean, you
Boy
couldn't tell.
George. Boy
You
George
couldn't
was
tell
a
if it was
bad-
Boy George or his mother. I mean, they looked exactly alike.
Boy George was a bad MFer, man. I mean, here you are thinking he's weird and stuff, but when you hear him speak in an interview, dude's intelligent, highly intelligent.
Yeah, he's weird.
Dig him big time.
He's a
I like,
crackhead.
and Karma Chameleon, and there was just so many. It was like, whoa! Like as soon as we got cable, I was like, what's this? It's really the same like 20 songs over and over again, but that's
It's
okay.
called
'Cause
MTV.
once in a while, there's a brand new song that comes on because not everybody was doing videos.
Back when MTV was a music video channel.
Yeah, you know the first song they played was "Video Killed the Radio Star."
That's right, yes. Go ahead, sing it. I'm not going to sing it.
I can't. I don't know
I'll
who
put
the
it-
name
I'll
of
put
the art. I don't know who the name of the artist was, but
Not bad.
I remember the
lots of Michael
song.
Jackson. He was all.
Oh, and Herbie
over
Hancock,
MTV.
"Rocket." Oh my
Lots of
God, that
Michael
song
Oh,
was
yes.
phenomenal.
Thriller. Lots of Michael Jackson. Loved it.
The Bugles or Buggles.
Bangles,
No,
Yeah, my
Buggles.
dad, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah,
he
the
sees that 'cause
Budgies.
I can't really see 'cause
Buggies.
I'm driving, right? And
Bungees.
Everybody always.
I think it's
complains about me watching
Buggles,
those.
Buggles.
I can't-
Buggles.
The
Buggles.
Buggles did Video Killer Radio Star.
But
And yes, that's correct. That was the first ever
I do have
song
a musical ear.
on MTV.
I can
Right.
I can pick up like when they started to sample songs, like right around like the 2000s, people started to sample songs because I remember thinking, wait a minute, that I didn't know what the concept of sampling was. That I listened to so much music on MTV, not the radio, that I remember thinking I could hear it. Like I have perfect pitch. I can hear exactly, like I
Of course
I
you
can
do.
name a song like in 3 notes.
Okay, name
If
this
it's a song
tune.
from the 80s, like sometimes in 1 note. All it has is a 1 note, and I will know exactly what that song is. So when they started sampling songs, I guess they started sampling songs because they wanted to like, they weren't as creative and they
Igor,
don't
yeah.
make music like that anymore. And so I'm thinking that they want to sample songs, not just to sometimes you think that they're going to give a tribute to that song. It's like, no, you want to make money off this song and you somehow think that you're going to build on it, whatever. And sometimes it's good. Like Puff Daddy, I'll be missing you every breath you take. You see, it immediately goes back into the original version.
Yeah, I think Puff Daddy, he got in trouble for that. He's not making any money off that song. Sting is making the money off that song forever. Puff Daddy,
Yeah,
will
that
not-
was originally his song though. Sting.
Puff Daddy will not. He sampled it. He tried to be slick, sampling it a certain way, and it didn't work. Sting took him to court, and Sting won. So all the money that's made by that song helped make Sting rich.
I'll be watching you.
I'll be watching you.
You see, I remember it, and people didn't really get it, and I was like, "Don't you get that's the old song from the '80s?" And they were like, "No, it's not." And I'm like, "It's exactly the old song from the '80s. They just changed it." And then that's when I found out that as you don't have to pay for the copyrights of the music.
Hey, John, she is a music producer. You didn't know that? Come on. But you guys were tight. She's a virtual musical genius. I mean, to get a song in 3 notes.
One, if it's from the 80s.
Is that what she said? 1 note. Okay.
Yep.
That's freaking amazing.
As long as when you do the music, you do a different in a different genre. Did you know that? Because I was wondering, how can you get away with this, right? Because that's literally somebody's melody.
Okay, I got to go back and see what she said about
genre.
this.
As long as when I found out that as you don't have to pay for the copyrights of the music, as long as when you do the music, you do a different in a different genre. Did you know that? Because I was wondering, how can you get away with this, right? Because that's literally somebody's melody.
And it's genre, not genre.
So
That's somebody's like.
is she taking like bluegrass and turning it into funk, but the same song? Is that what she just said?
If you use the same lyrics in a different genre than what the original song is, according to her, that's not copyright infringement. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I would not bank on that.
People sampling songs wouldn't be getting sued and in trouble.
Yeah.
Just like Biggie Smalls, there was a lawsuit with him and the people, Herb Alpert, who did the song Rise, where the bass came from.
Well, and the most famous one was Vanilla Ice and
What's
His Nuts
with Under Pressure.
No. Ice Baby, Ice Baby. Done.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice. He was. They accused him of taking the rhythm track from Freddie Mercury, Under Pressure.
Oh, was it Queen?
Yep. Under Pressure. Yes, sir.
That's somebody's symphony. That's somebody's song, right? That's somebody's.
Yeah, isn't it wrong to take other people's stuff and make it look like it's your own? See? Right?
Oh, but wait.
Right?
She did that.
Yeah. That's not nice, right?
That's called plagiarism.
Intellectual property and their work, right? Their creative work. And that's when I was like, how can you get away with this? So I went and I started looking it up. And that's when I found out that anybody can remake a song as long as you don't try to remake it in the same genre. You can't compete with the same song in the same genre, because then that's when the copyright takes effect.
And yes, somebody's corrected there. The song is Under Pressure, but it was David Bowie. David Bowie with Queen, but it was David Bowie.
That it's not copyrighted.
Thank you for that.
If you do it in a different genre. That's why you see a lot of hip hop people taking a lot of pop music and making it hip hop. Right? Yeah.
They're sampling it. That's different. They're sampling parts of music. And then they modify it so that they can say, oh, it's not the same. See? That's what Vanilla Ice did.
Well, yeah, he changed like a tenth of a second of the song or something, or sped it up just a bit.
He actually added a little note.
Yeah, he did something, and the judge is like, nope, it's the same thing.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah, and all you have to do is change a few words too. Yeah, exactly. But, it's amazing to me because, and that's kind of scary. I mean, I don't know. I oftentimes, when I knew that I was going to go to law school, which they, slowed down for me, right?
Right.
That's what I wanted. I wasn't just interested in being a lawyer I was interested in being a lawyer regarding laws and civil rights and constitutional rights, but I was very interested in intangible properties. Your creativity. How do you protect the assets of people? And the reason I thought about that was that when scientists have to protect their ideas, that's what made me, it's like, well, how do you protect that property when it was your idea, it was your concept? You're the one that conceived of it. It was you. So it's one thing to be able to defend tangible properties, tangible or things that you can hear, touch, feel, see. But it's even harder to protect intangible properties, which are things that you can't hear, touch, feel. Well, you can't hear. You can hear an intangible property like music. You can hear that, but you can't touch it. You can't hold it. It's complicated. And I wanted to be able to be one of those that defended on, for the side of the person that was who conceived the idea. It's like, no, this is the person that thought of it. This is the person that it goes to. Like the whole Facebook thing, don't even get me started. Y'all have seen the movie, I'm sure, but that's a whole interesting intangible properties situation. Right?
She's not going to talk about the TikTok video of that belongs to our little friend.
What is it? What's the one where she's walking down the? What's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion?
Well, that'd be Tina
Do you remember
Turner.
Tiffany? I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Yes, the big.
She doesn't know the words, and that's okay. And I'm not goofing on her for singing, because when I'm in the car, if I'm singing something on my own, I know I would sound like an idiot if that was broadcast. So I'm not goofing on the singing, but it's cringeworthy, and I wouldn't want my sing along to be put out there anywhere. So I would never do this. Just saying.
Bands, oh my goodness. Yeah.
Now, she singing in the shower, it's a whole different thing.
All throughout. I didn't just watch it from the very beginning. And I remember watching MTV, and they only had like that little skinny girl with the short hair, Martha, she was
Tabitha Soren.
I forgot her last name, but it was her, and then it was that other fellow,
Kurt Loder.
who was very he wasn't fun.
Kurt Loder.
And he always had a little tie. So there was like two VJs, Martha and then him. And he just came out in the news and social media just recently for saying some little, being unkind. In some way he was being unkind. I don't even remember what he said, but he came out in the news recently. And I was like, oh, you're that first VJ. You were the very first one, actually. You were the very
first. Okay, you're talking about Martha
one.
Quinn.
Before Martha, and before the curly-haired guy, too. Because I remember him. I thought he was very handsome.
Those were the original
VJs. Yeah.
Robert Palmer,
Nina Blackwood, Mark Goodman, J.J. Jackson, Martha Quinn, and Alan Hunter. After that came Kurt Loder and the one I just mentioned.
I had a black mock turtleneck dress. So I was like, this is giving me... And I was like, my brain was trying to match it with something. I was like, there's something. I was like, this is giving me Robert Palmer vibes. Because it looked just like those girls. They had too much rouge. That's my age. They had too much blush and a red lipstick. So I was like, you might. Oh, that was a very sexy song. Very sexy. Anywho, Pretty in Pink. Oh my goodness. All of those songs. Depeche Mode. Oh, The Cure. I'm a music file. I love music. I love it. I love it. Every song evokes a different emotion. And I have to be careful about listening to songs too. Sinead O'Connor. I have to be very careful.
Hey, Bentley, welcome.
What's his name? The one
Sorry
that
to hear that.
life?
Do what?
Chris Conley, right? From
B. Bentley just got blocked from
Audio Slave, right?
Vanessa
Chris
page.
Conley, isn't he? What? Right? Am I wrong?
Right.
Am I wrong? Can y'all tell me?
I'm
Yeah,
telling
you're
you,
wrong.
she tracks people.
If
If she sees you, she looks at everybody on her list. She'll look at everybody commenting on her live. And then when she's done, she'll go to all the other pages and see who's commenting, who's there, who's making a comment there. And then you're done. You're blocked. Just like that. So who's really the stalker here? Mm-hmm. No, the way she says it. Who's really the stalker here? Right? Right? Right.
Right.
Didn't he take his life and he had redone Sinead O'Connor's it's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your love away. Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want. I can see whoever I choose. I can eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant, but nothing, I said nothing can take away these blues, 'cause nothing compares to you. But Prince did that song before her. Did you know that? No. Prince wrote it. Did you know that? Did you know Prince wrote that song? He did.
It's like you hear, every time you hear one of these, somebody sing like, and it's real bad. It's like you want to go and listen to their actual real song, just to erase this messed up version that you just heard, and you want to go hear the original version.
He did. And now that you know that, can you tell? Like, because you know how Prince is just like, let me just grab your heart here. I'm Prince and I'm just going to grab your heart here. So it makes sense that he, you know? Yeah. He wrote that song. I have to be careful listening to those kind of songs. Those are really sad songs.
Oh, here we go.
Nothing compares to you. Mm-hmm.
It's time to rub the Tabasco sauce into my eyes.
Yes. There's a lot of interesting songs that I know. Yeah.
Actually, I need to do that to my
It's a very
ears.
beautiful song. It's
Gross.
a very beautiful song. All the flowers that you planted, mama, in the backyard, they all died and withered away. Oh, I know that living with your baby was sometimes hard.
Oh my God,
But
Becky.
I'm willing to give it another try, 'cause nothing compares to you. Tom Petty, 'cause I'm free falling, right? I know, like almost every single song, I literally I love music. I love it. Purple rain,
Ugh.
purple rain. Oh yes, and when doves cry. Yes.
Please don't ruin my Prince. Please don't
Prince
ruin
is something else. You know, he at one point he played all of the he did everything on his songs. Did you know that?
He
At
actually
one
played
point,
every instrument
Prince-
on one whole entire album. And
Right, but not all at the same time. Not like he did every instrument on a particular track.
well, yeah, but he did.
played. He
It
was.
was the album that came out after Purple Rain. He played every instrument on that album.
And he could play every instrument.
Oh, and he did. The guy was a musical
Piano,
genius.
saxophone, drums, keyboard. I mean, you name it, he could play it, and he played everything. True musical genius that we lost. Yeah.
played everything. He did the vocals. He was the vocals, and he played every single instrument that you hear. I think it was his first album. He played everything. The drums, every musical instrument that you hear, including his voice, was him. And I think he was like 16 when they asked him. They said, weren't you offered to get signed when you were 14? And he said yes. And he said, they asked him, why did you refuse it? And he said, because in other words, they didn't allow him to be in control of his own music. Like, he wanted to do it his way. And I mean, shit, you're that talented, of course. Like, don't touch this. Like, I know you're a manager and everything, and you may be like a big, huge, music, company, whatever, but shit, if you were that good, then you would be doing the shit that I'm doing without you having to look for people that's doing the shit that I'm doing. So, yeah, hands off until you agree to let me do things the way I want to do it. Right? I may not be Prince yet, But you're gonna see in a couple of years, you're gonna be like, oh my God, what were we thinking? What were we thinking not allowing him? Yes, we are family.
Oh, shut up! You are not Sister
Yes, I love
Sledge.
that song. Samantha says,
He's telling me she's not
music
going to sing
is
this
in
song.
all our emotions and what's in our hearts. You have a great voice. Thank you. Music
Oh, you
is
do
reminder
not have
of
a
so
great
many of my best
voice.
moments. Yes. You know what song makes me cry?
What?
I think it's and I shouldn't. You see, when I was little, I thought that America was so great.
Mm-hmm.
So great. And I was very patriotic because I just loved it. And then in the summer between my first and second grade year, then I read accidentally about Jesus and JFK and Martin Luther King, which led me to go be like, who's Martin Luther King? And then civil rights, and then racism, and then the Civil War, and then slavery, and then that's when I was interested in all of the wars before that, which included the revolution. And so when I saw like, this is how we started, and this is where we went wrong, and that was really bad.
Does she mean Prince and the Revolution?
That age I knew was wrong. So, but before that, I love this song. God. And I won't forget the man who died to defend our country, 'cause I'll proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today.
That's a great song.
That song.
It's a good song,
brings
actually.
tears to my eyes. Because I think that's my country, you know? Like, that's and people died for that, you know? They died for our ability to be hearing this music. They died for our ability to be free, you know? It's just such a sacrifice. And, you know? That even now that I know that even the mistakes of our country, that song still makes me cry. It still does.
Because we are still the greatest country on the planet.
And it makes her cry.
I don't care what anybody says. This is the greatest planet to be in. Everybody wants to be here. Everybody wants to be here. That's not for no reason. That's for some reason. And those that don't like to hear it, too freaking bad. But feel lucky that you were born here and that you live here. All right, I'm off my soapbox.
The national anthem.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is a little iffy for me. I have a lot of love for it. But I also know all the controversy attached to it.
See, full of crap. You love the song. You just want to cling on to the drama, to the leftist hate. That's all she wants to do. Whatever.
But that other song still every time, a tear will fall every single time. Yes. Total Eclipse of the Heart. Guns N' Roses is my favorite band, by the way. I don't know if y'all know this.
Okay, it was Bonnie Tyler that sang Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Total Eclipse of the Heart. Yeah, Bonnie Tyler. Great song.
And my favorite song of all time, out of all the songs I've ever heard in all my whole life, is November Rain. That's just my favorite song.
Is what?
November Rain. Is that GNR too? I think so. I don't know. I mean, it's all right. But of all the music ever in history, that's your favorite song? All right. Okay. Yeah, whatever.
That's just my favorite song.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Lee Greenwood. God bless America. Mm-hmm. God bless the USA.
One of the greatest versions of a song is Ray Charles singing America. 4th of July. One of the greatest performances ever.
Yes, I feel like crying every time. Always. The Village People, yes, but you know what the Village People reminds me of? It reminds me of Mexico. And it reminds me of when I was like 14 or 15, driving to Mexico at night, crossing my grandmother's car, literally into another nation.
Bill Ann,
With her
thank you so
thinking that I'm
much.
just
You're
hanging out
awesome.
with my friends at my friend's house or something.
Thank you. Comes in
And
handy,
no, it's
especially
like
today. Actually.
it's gonna
Thank
get
you.
popping right now in Mexico. No, we're gonna go eat at Whataburger. We are crossing the border into Mexico, and so that's the first time I heard YMCA was it when they would all dance it in Mexico. So that people from the 70s or whenever it came out will think of it as, I think of it as a total like party song. I don't know. Was that the way it was always meant to be? I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, I'm getting to my destination. And I thank you guys for staying on the phone.
Yeah, we still got another 20 minutes.
Bruce Springsteen, born in the USA. I was born in the USA. I was born in the that. Oh no. John Bon Jovi.
Oh, I thought she was saying Jaws. She went.
Whoa.
Dun, 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 dun. The theme from Jaws. At least that's what I heard. Maybe I heard it wrong.
USA. I was born in the that. Oh no.
See?
John Bon Jovi. Whoa.
I think that was John Williams.
Right there. Skid Row, yes. 18. And again, yes. I love all of those songs, all of them. Living on a prayer, take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer, living on a prayer.
Oh, sweet Jesus, don't quit your day job.
Everyone, thank you for the stickers and stuff. If you're doing the stars on Facebook, I don't see them until after I'm done with the show. Then I go to the page. But thank you so much, much appreciated. Yeah, just a little more music tonight, just a little bit more. Bam! If you're cooked from work, dude, if you got to bow out, feel free.
Well, I will in a little bit. I want to see her mood change from happy to whatever it's going to change to, because right now, yeah, you're.
No. I love that song. Like, I love all music. I love all music. Have a great weekend to you too, Sandy, you and your family. Oh, Christy, that's so sweet. Thank you. Living on a prayer, take my hand, and we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. And you know what?
Bentley, I probably will get a tattoo of her on my ass.
I didn't get an appreciation for old school music because all I was being introduced to for a long time was the newest music. Literally the newest music, the newest stuff, like on the top 40, the newest music. And it was only sometimes I would come across old music. Remember, we didn't have the internet. So once in a while I would hear old music, and then my music teacher was really good. Miss Adams from Raymondville, Texas. She was our music teacher in Pittman Elementary. And that's where I had a lot of music appreciation. And so she would do pageants. And
here's another story for you.
One time she did music through the ages. So it was literally music through,
legend. Thank you.
The grapevine.
You're
Motown,
awesome. Thank you so much.
All the way starting from Motown, going into, the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, right? And I got the solo for the 80s. It was Irene Cara.
Irene Cara.
At first, when there's nothing but
Vicky, sorry, I'm just really tired tonight.
Dream, and your fears seem to hide deep inside your mind. Alone, I have fought. She must have known. She knew. Silent tears full of pride.
Oh, sweet Jesus, don't sing,
made
Vanessa.
of steel, made of stone. What
Gotta
a
give her credit. At least she
feeling.
knows the words.
Seeing's believing. Dun, 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 dun. I can't have it. Oh no, I'm dancing for my life. Take a passion. Dun, 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 dun. Make it happen. Dun, dun, dun. I didn't even want the solo. She insisted that I take it. I didn't
even want the solo. She said I could take it.
What is this? Was this like her at 8 weeks old or something, or what? She was in kindergarten or
even
preschool?
have to.
I don't know.
I had gotten the solo 6 months prior in the Christmas for there was only one solo. Everything else was either the group was singing it or it was a duet, and I was the only one that had gotten that solo. But and she was the only she was just the nicest teacher that I had, and she was different too. And I think she saw how I was different, and I think that's why I think she really wanted just me to believe in the message of that song.
Oh,
I will always thank her for it. Always. She showed me what showmanship was about. She showed me how to present. She showed me how to not care what people think about me. You are no, if you think you're vulnerable, this is where I get some of my confidence from. If you think you're vulnerable, the number one fear of people is speaking in public. That's for real. Science says it. That's the number one fear. So, if your number one fear is speaking in public, can you imagine what it's like to sing in public? For some people. Can you imagine what it's like to sing acoustic? With nothing to drown out the mistakes that you're making.
acoustic.
Right? So she showed me, I think she pushed me. She saw my potential, and she saw what I was going through. And she would see me, I think, obviously during her music classes, but she would see me when I wasn't in her music class. And I think she knew that I only liked going to school because of music class. So she put me in a group. At the last day of third grade.
Oh man.
Third grade was the worst bullying year of my entire life. It was the worst. And it just kind of stayed like.
Third grade?
That's what she said.
For like 3 years after that. Like in sixth grade, I was like, ugh, I've had enough of this. I'm tired of all y'all. I'm tired of all y'all's bullshit. For real, I'm being serious. I don't even want to be with you. No, it will no longer be 1997, class of 96. Bye. For real, I will be class of 97. I need a drastic change. And I did. I made, yeah. So anyways, but it was the last day of my third grade year. And that third grade, even though I was the most bullied,
the most bullied.
I don't know if she'll ever know this, but she like saved me. I think that were it not for music class, and were it not for the spring concert, and were it not for the Christmas pageant and the spring concerts and getting ready for those, I would always have something to look forward to, because there was always a lot of time put into those productions. So she saw that, and she saw my hard work. She saw all of that. And so on the last day of school, it was a free day. And I'll never forget, I was singing Living on a Prayer to myself, just sitting there. You know, they were just playing music, and it was just a free day. It was the last day of school. Next year, I'd be in fourth grade. I was glad the school year was over. I was just glad I was like back to the library for 8 hours a day. Yay. That's all I was waiting for. I was like, F this damn school. I didn't like school at all. I lived my life for the summers and spring breaks and Christmases. Not because I didn't like school. because I just didn't like school. No, it's because I thought it was so compared to me learning.
Go away, Doug.
In the library, I had the world at my fingertips. What you talking about? But multiplication tables, please, are you kidding me? I want to learn about all these other things. I want to learn about this thing. I want to learn more about what happened with AIDS since last summer, because they ain't told me none of that shit during third grade year.
So in the third grade, after third grade, she needed to know what was going on with AIDS in the world.
I thought that's what she just said.
What was I thinking about in the third grade?
You know, that was, God, I don't know, 40 or 50 fucking years ago for me. I couldn't begin to tell you.
Yeah, me neither. But I think it probably had something to do with
coloring,
after school TV or something like that.
Coloring.
AIDS. Wait a minute. Was she even born then? With that?
Oh, she's 44.
Yeah.
She would have been born in like 82-ish. And I'm guessing. Pull up my damn calculator here. We'll figure it out. Let's see. This is 2022 minus 44. She was born in 78.
78 or 77. Could be 77, but 78.
Yeah.
And then AIDS was a thing in the early 80s, right? Early to mid 80s. Even early 80s it was. Man.
I'm thinking early 80s, yeah.
It was Ryan White. The whole Ryan White situation with AIDS and transfusion. That was in 84.
Well, he caught it because he was hemophiliac. Mom couldn't afford new clean needles, so she kept on reusing needles, and that's how he got it. But they did Live Aid. They did Live Aid in 1980. Is that when they did that world concert thing?
That was in 85.
Okay.
So she's saying that by 7 years old or 6, she was already thinking about what the hell was going on with the AIDS in the world. Come on, man. Come on.
We're saying the very first one. This is just kind of like a headline type thing. First, a 16-year-old boy who died in 1969 is to be considered the first recorded case of AIDS in the United States.
1969. Oh, yeah. Oh, in the U.S.
Yes.
Let's play this a little more. I'm not buying a lot of this story, by the way.
Every summer was an update. Every summer, I took every summer of every year of my life under the age of 14 was a refresher because I had no internet. Every summer, I learned like so much knowledge of everything, of the world, of current events, of politics, like everything. Things that they will never teach you in school. I was learning them every summer, and I was looking forward to it because I had just had 9 months of something's going to be different, especially in the beginning of the summer. I was like, what has changed? What has changed with AIDS? What has changed with the hunger in Africa? What has changed, like anything interesting, any new biographies on any interesting people that I've always wanted to read their life story on, things like that, stuff like that, just what's new with the world, like what new discoveries do they have and all that. But on the last day of third grade, she comes up to me and she says, Stephanie, because I was always known as Stephanie. Remember, I had to reinvent myself when I was in 6th grade because I was F all of y'all, bye. And so she was like, Stephanie.
Because all the haters back then, too.
I'm going to make this, the group that I'm going to make, right? And I knew the group because the whole school was like, and my stories never change. You can compare. I've told this story lots of times. And my stories never change because it's the truth.
I beg to differ.
And anybody that went to school with me knows that this is the truth. So, and I was like, yeah, of course I know about the group that you made. My cousin's the one that for like months before the end of the school year, Miss Adams decided to create a singing and performing and entertainment group for 5th graders. And she allowed the whole school to enter a contest naming the group. And I submitted like 3 names and none of them were jazzy enough, no pun intended. They never came close to winning. But I did. I remember putting like 3 little entries and the person won a prize. And then it was my cousin that wound up winning and naming the group, which was the group's name was Adams Jazzers. Out of hundreds of entries, her name won. Obviously, that's Miss Adams' class, right? I mean, it's Miss Adams' conception. So, there was a jazzy group. It was a jazzy group, right? And so she says, do you know about that group? And I said, yeah. And she was like, would you like to be in it? I said, yeah, but I'm going to be in 4th grade next year.
Okay, remember, this is a teacher speaking to a 3rd grader, okay? Keep that in mind when she's telling this.
And she said,
Nope, she can't think of the lie to say. Hold on.
The only 4th grader in there if you want to be in it. And I said, are you? I couldn't get excited about it, but I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. For real? And she was like, you're going to be the only 4th grader. And I said, well, I have to talk to my grandmother about it. And she was like, we already asked her. They knew, and when it was it was her.
Oh, we're crying.
The principal, it was the assistant principal. Like they knew that maybe my grandma might say no. So before they even asked me, they wanted to clear it with her first, and that was the best thing they could have done, because they knew that there was they knew my grandma only spoke Spanish, right? And so they knew, well, they tried to tell her the year before that I needed special ed, and she didn't understand it. So she said no to it, right? So they had to explain it this time to her, like, hey, it's a singing group. She's going to have to come like Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays every day from 5:30 to like 7:30 here to the campus for practice. They're going to be going to like Rio Fest. They're going to be going to things like that. They're going to be performing at these things like that, right?
Rio Fest. Do we have any old schoolers? Do we know when Rio Fest started here?
I don't.
I know you're not going to know that. You remember Chicago Fest, though?
I do.
Rio Fest. I'm looking for the history of Rio Fest. Anyway, somebody knows when Rio Fest started. I'm just curious.
And and she was like, your grandma already gave permission. And I said, are you being, like, I didn't want to, I was like, are you being serious?
In the 3rd grade, were you saying things like, are you being serious? I'm honestly asking.
No.
Are you being serious? Is that something that a 3rd grader would say? Seriously, I'm not poking fun yet. I'm just asking for real. Is this something a third grader says back then?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Now, possibly. I guess it's possible. But.
And she said, yeah. And I said, yeah, of course I want to. I've been wanting to since I heard about it, but I knew that I was going to have to wait for a whole year. And of course, the bullying and the hate started in 3rd grade.
Oh, my God.
Oh, and don't tell me. It was John, Frankie.
John, were you harassing her in 3rd grade? Frank Marr, were you harassing Vanessa in 3rd grade? Ophelia Moreno, Jojo Malone, were you guys harassing Vanessa in 3rd grade.
Well, that's when it started.
I'm surprised she said that John Allen's parents were seen outside the school while she was performing. Okay, sorry.
The beginning of 3rd grade. So of course, my 4th grade class was going to have its little haters, and they did. Every Tuesday and Thursday, because school let out at 3:30. So every Tuesday and Thursday at like 2:00, I would get my stuff together and I'd go to my cubby and I'd put all my stuff there, and they'd be like, "Why does she get to leave? Why does she get to leave?" And they were like, the teacher, Miss Bingham, I remember poor Miss Bingham had to explain to them, she's in the Adams Jazzers, so she needs to go practice. She's in Adams Jazzers. And they're like, only 5th graders can be in that. Yeah, well, that's the way it is. That's the way. And for any haters that are watching this that are like, that wasn't fair for all the other kids. The other kids didn't even show any interest. Are you kidding me, please? Nobody even cared about that stuff the way that I did. Nobody did. So to this day, the Adams Jazzers lasted 2 years. And I was the only Adams Jazzer, the only one on the planet. No one else can say this but me. I was the only Adams Jazzer that did a 2-year run. The only one. Because if you were in 5th grade the first year, you were in junior high the next year. So you were no longer on that campus.
You notice how everything she asked me, I was the first this, or I was the first that, or I was the only this, or I was the only that.
She's a one-upper.
It's like, and I don't mean to be a cynic, if somebody's crying, like genuine crying, like I have sympathy, but I don't buy this. I don't believe it. Sorry.
Oh, I have sympathy too, but this one, I think she's just lying through her nostrils.
Yeah. All right, got about
I was the only 4th grader
left.
The first year.
Bam, if you're going to make it or you want to take off. It's up to you, man.
Yeah, I think I better go.
I want you to smack your head on the table when you fall asleep, because then we're going to goof on you,
What? Then you're going to be taking a big old egg, sticking it on my face, and then it's going to have lightning bolts coming out of it, and then yolk running down it.
There will be endless memes if you fall asleep.
I'm sorry. I'm just so freaking wore out.
No, I know, man. Go do what you got to do. Even though there's only 9 minutes left. But that's okay.
Oh, if it's 9 minutes,
do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
No, I can handle 9 minutes. I can.
All right. Just,
I'm a trooper.
Do like Tom and Jerry, the toothpicks to keep your eyelids open.
I'm a VT, Vanessa Trooper.
Well, there you go. Don't forget to add that T to your haircut in the back.
And in 5th grade, I was in it, and after that, there was no more. So I was the only one who did that for 2 years. No one else did it for 2 years. We played for Kika de la Garza. Kika de la Garza. That is the first Hispanic United States representative. We played for him. We performed for him. He visited Willacy County, and it was at the Our Lady of Guadalupe Catholic Church at the parish hall. There was literally, we were on stage. It was like 3 feet off and I was looking down and I was like, I cannot believe that we're performing and this person is like in United States Congress, right? Like this is and then to run for that seat in 2016 was crazy. To know that the same seat that I was running for, my very first election for U.S. Congress, was for the very seat that the man that I performed for as an Adams Jazzer, that was his seat in Congress, and here I am running for it, and not even because I wanted to, but because I had to. It's just crazy. And yeah, that's my life. And yes, I know people are like, so like unbelievable, like, no, that didn't happen. It all happened. I promise you, it all happened. Go to Vanessa S. Tijerina. That's my pro. You'll know that it's mine because this one has like, I don't know how many, like 40,000 followers, but that one has like 17. Go to that one. Go to that one and go look at my cover pictures. And my cover picture will show you where I was in Adams Jazzer, and that was my first year. So, and I know it was my first year because I see people there that were older than me, and that picture could have only been me in the 4th grade because some of those were 5th graders. So that's how I know that it was my first year. And try to guess which one is me if I didn't tell you.
So this is
Maybe
the part
I showed you
where
which one. I'm not sure, but it's
Vanessa,
me.
I never seen you look so good.
the signal went bad where she's at. The broadcast went bad, and it was like this for the last.
Yeah.
And she didn't know until the last final few seconds.
Wait, I'm reading something.
So we can listen to it now, or just pull the plug on this thing.
Advice? Hold on. So what advice can you give me for my ADHD daughter? She hates school. She's so smart and she'll do anything but won't apply herself. Well, I know how she feels. Because there was this girl in the 2nd grade who was the best reader in the whole class.
All right, I don't know if you want to listen to this, or should we just pull the plug on this thing?
Because I'm
thinking
thinking
just
that
pull
this
the
was
plug
something
on
that
it.
was all over school in the 80s, y'all. There was these books that were like different shades of color. And depending on the color of the book was the difficulty level in reading the book. And once you finished reading those books, you would get points towards being a good reader. And I never read one of those damn books, even though I had just literally spent a summer reading about the Civil War. It didn't interest me. Why am I gonna read that bullshit about that little shitty little story that
Even Johnson's pulled the plug.
Real stuff that really happened.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's time to pull the plug on this
go
one.
from reading some
Now she did do another one. She finally realized that this was messed up. She came back and did about a 10-minute one, but we're not going to bother with that.
It's interest.
Irrelevant.
It's interest, and the unfortunate
So-
thing is our United States school system is not created.
Yep. So there you go. You heard the music. You heard the singing. I was wondering, my ears were starting to itch.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't talk about me. You not like me anymore, Vanessa? I mean, what the hell?
Good evening, everyone. If you just joined in, you missed a good one. A little cringy, right?
Yeah, a little cringy.
Between Vanessa singing to us and Van falling asleep over here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I work 2 jobs. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, we hope you enjoyed this broadcast of the VT Chronicles.
And I had an incident yesterday.
Incident? What happened here? What happened?
Well, I kind of fell down, go boom.
Oh no, you fell on what? What
Well,
happened?
I was filling out some paperwork from the bus, and I wasn't paying attention where my feet were going, and I thought they were going to actually stand on a stairwell, and they didn't. I missed the stair, so I would fall down, go boom.
How far did you fall?
About 3 feet, 4 feet.
Ouch.
And I kind of like landed like on my bit, like a 90-degree angle, like right in my right lower back. It hurts.
Nothing broken? Did you get it checked out?
No, I didn't get it checked out. It's just painful. And then today, of course, this is how fucking tired I am. I'm so tired. I don't make stupid adding and makes mistakes. I do not make stupid adding mistakes. I gave somebody $20 too much change, and guess who had to cover that $20?
No.
Yeah. And I'm looking at it. Well, obviously she needed it more than I did, but then again, I could argue that I needed it more than her.
Hey, $20 is $20.
I just, when people make mistakes like that, I just wish the people that's benefiting from the mistake had big enough balls to go, oh, you gave me too much money.
Yeah, that does happen. I would have returned it. I've done it before. They gave me too much change.
Well, and I have in the past too.
They gave me change for $100. I gave them a $10 bill. They gave me change for $100, and I was like, "Yeah, for as much as I'd like to have this ain't mine." I said, "I gave you a 10."
And even when I need the money badly, it's like, I'm sorry, I just have too much integrity to fuck somebody like that.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, it's not in your DNA. There's a lot of honest, good people out there. And a lot of bad ones, too.
They're out there.
Hey, everyone. Anyone who's new or just joining us, welcome to the program. You missed a fun one. Definitely go back on the replay on this one.
You missed something.
Or some would say you didn't miss anything, but yeah, you did. Little cringy.
You missed Vanessa attempting. Let me say that again. Attempting to sing. And then she's going, "Oh, thank you. Oh, you have a nice voice. Oh, thank you." Okay, no. Okay, just no, she don't. I mean, I know I can't sing. I know this. So I don't.
Yeah. I'm not going to attempt it. I wouldn't do what she did.
I know there are some songs out there that I can sing rather well.
Yeah, I can probably get away with a couple, which I'll do, in the privacy of my own car, with the windows closed and the volume up very loud. Yeah, and then I'm a great singer.
Well, yeah, that's because the volume drowns your ass out.
Yeah, and that's where I'll keep it. And I'm not going to put it out there in public. Because any ridicule would be well deserved, I'll tell you that much.
There's, in one of the Pitch Perfect movies, I think it's the second one, when Snoop Dogg's in the recording area by himself, and he's talking to his nephew, and Snoop Dogg says, "Well, in my ears, I sound perfect." Be shizzle me nizzle.
Oh man. Don't forget that. What movie did we recommend? I recommended something earlier, and I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. Oh, it was 20 Minutes to Fame.
20 Feet from Stardom.
Well, that's what it was.
Check that out.
20
all
minutes.
Those songs
20 feet, same thing.
All those rock and roll songs that you've listened to growing up, and you never knew who were these background singers. Well, now in this documentary, you're gonna find out who they are.
And it's a very famous song right now, but probably not right this second anymore, but within a couple months ago, Never Enough. Lauren, I can't think of her last name. She was a backup singer, and she never wanted anybody to know who sang that song. Well, she went on Britain's Got Talent and sang Never Enough.
Never Enough, Lauren Allred.
Yep, Lauren Aldridge. Yeah. And she was a backup singer and now she wants to be brought out of the back and placed forward. And she went on Britain's Got Talent, and everybody's like, well, why Britain Got Talent? You live in New York. Why not AGT? And she's like, well, I got a lot of friends that live here in Europe. And she goes, I really love the show. But she blew them away. And it is an amazing song. It really is. And she has got a phenomenal voice. I'm very passionate about music and singing.
Whatever happened to, what's her face, that British singer, the older lady?
Oh, Susan Boyle.
Yeah, whatever happened to her? I know she got famous for a little while, but
she did. She made some money, and she's just kind of like dropped out of the limelight, but she still does stuff.
And who's the other? What other famous people that are now household names came out of that America's Got Talent or whatever these shows are? I know.
Well, what's his nuts? Harry Styles was on Britain's Got Talent or AGT or one of them, one of those things, and they didn't take him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoops. There was somebody. What's that? Kelly something who is now doing commercials and a TV show or whatever, a morning show or whatever that is.
Kelly.
I don't even know her last name.
Well, she did that stupid movie, Justin and Kelly. Come on, somebody help Clarkson. There you go. Thank you, Deanna.
I know they were giving her a problem because of her weight. Well, not. Some people were giving her what do you call it? Fat shaming or whatever.
Oh, yeah. And, okay, so Christina Aguilera, however you want to say her name.
Aguilera.
Okay, she has always been this tiny, skinny little size 2 person for years. I mean, she's even after she had her kid, and I think she's only got one kid. It's a boy. Even after she had her kid, she remained this tiny little person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after she did burlesque, she let herself go. She got fat. She still sounded amazing, and she was very comfortable in her newfound body. And then people started fat shaming her and wasn't hiring her for movies or anything, so she had to lose all that weight all over again.
I've never seen her with extra weight on her ever. I must have never seen her in years, I guess.
She didn't do a whole lot because nobody would hire her. But she did get fat. I think she got up to like a size 14, which really is not fat. It's just not her size 2 or 3 that she was. So, everybody's like, oh my God, you're so fat. Well, no, 14 is not fat. Just a little thick. I mean, 14 is average.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the numbers are. Oh, I see some pictures now. She's not even freaking fat. That's just, I mean, if you compare her to the little freaking rail that she was, well,
yeah.
And
that's what they were doing.
Anyway.
But she's another one with a phenomenal voice. Oh my God, can that woman blow?
Yeah. You mean sing?
Same thing. Blow, sing. Same thing.
It was Lucio. Okay. 6-year-old. I dislike my hamburger and fries. Headphones. Kate, what are you talking about? Didn't have extra weight when she was on the voice.
Jennifer Hudson, that's another one. Absolutely.
Oh man, she can sing. She can definitely sing.
My God, that woman can sing.
Man, that movie.
Dreamgirls.
What's it called? No, the one with the Freddie Mercury movie.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Was it called Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yep.
Man, that was a good ass movie. Have you seen that yet?
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Holy cow!
I didn't think I was going to enjoy it because
neither did I.
Because I heard rumors that they portrayed him to be gay. Okay, well, he wasn't gay. He was bisexual. Maybe later on in life, he decided just to go for men. But, I mean, I think they did a good job with it.
What's the dude's name that played the actor in that? Remy something or Rennie or...
Oh, Rami.
Oh, Rami Malek. I think he did an awesome job.
Yeah, and he, lip sync throughout the whole thing.
I like was it the Live Aid concert that did at the very end?
Yes.
And then they showed the movie, and then they showed what the actual concert with Freddie Mercury and Queen.
Yeah, that was actual footage.
Man, he did it really good. He did it well. That was very good. If you haven't seen that, check out Bohemian Rhapsody. It's actually good. I was impressed.
Yeah, and that stupid. Oh God, I don't like the kid that's on tour with the original band members of Queen. God, what the hell is his name? I mean, he's straight up gay. I hate the kid. God, I hate him so much I don't even want to know his name. That's how badly I hate the kid.
Damn, that's hate.
Yeah, that is hate.
Talk about hate. That's hate.
That is hate when you don't even want to know their name. Yes, Adam Lambert. Thank you, Maria.
Oh, yeah, I don't like to do either.
I mean, yeah, he's pretty. He's got a good look to him, but I don't like his singing. I don't like his attitude. I don't like the way he comes off in interviews. I mean, he just comes off as better than everybody. It's like, hey, I'm Adam Lambert. You should bend over and kiss my ass right now just because I'm Adam Lambert.
You got to check out Remy in a movie called The Little Things. With I think we had this conversation before, either me and you, or was it Digital Dim went back a few months ago?
It was probably Digital.
The Little Things with Denzel Washington, Remy, and Jared Leto. It's actually a good movie. Now I'm starting to like Remy. I think he's going to be all right acting.
Do you like Remy?
So far. I like Remy. I dig Remy.
I mean, he's got a big mouth.
Man, I
but
saw that appliance that he had to wear to do that overbite that Freddie Mercury had.
Yeah, he is pretty though. I mean, he is pretty.
Uncomfortable to wear that, that's for sure.
But Freddie Mercury had a big mouth too.
Yeah. That dude could sing, man. Freddie Mercury can belt him out.
Well, I mean, he died before. I mean, he was born before his time. I mean, some of the ideas he came up with for recording.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. But the movie's good. The music is good. If you have a surround sound system or headphones, you can listen to it in your headphones in that movie. Do that.
So we're talking about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah. Bohemian Rhapsody. I think it's on HBO. At least it was. I don't know if it is anymore. He was gay and he had AIDS. He was bisexual because he was married. Didn't he?
He was married. He
was
married to what's her name? Margaret?
I can't remember
Kathy.
her name.
No, what the hell was her name? Mary. She actually has control of Freddie's estate.
That's right. Yeah. So
Freddie left her everything. Well, I'm sure he gave something to mom and dad, but.
And I don't even care that if somebody's gay or whatever. That don't matter to me. It's talent. The thing I was going to say about Prince, a lot of people don't know why he was on painkillers. Every time Prince performed, he was always jumping up in the air and doing splits and landing and doing splits and all that stuff.
Okay, it takes a lot of energy for somebody 4'3" to jump up and down and bounce around that stage in those 19-inch platform shoes.
Yeah. He had his hips were messed up. He was always in pain. So he started taking painkillers, and that's what did him in at the end.
Yeah, he was addicted to those damn things, unfortunately.
Yeah, he damaged his hips while he was jumping off the speakers or the stage or whatever. And in those freaking platform heels or whatever you call them. So he started popping pain pills, and it just sad, man. Michael Jackson, a legend.
Well, Michael Jackson, I mean, he was just...
Freddie Mercury, Prince, God, man. Whitney Houston.
Okay, well, Whitney Houston, I mean, everybody dubbed her, well, not everybody, but somebody dubbed her voice as a national treasure. Yeah. I mean, she could sing. But what really hurt her was Bobby and the crack and the drugs.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
I mean, if she would never have married Bobby, well, granted, she wouldn't have had her kid, but if she would never have married Bobby, I bet you Whitney'd still be alive.
I don't know, man. I always thought that, but somebody told me that, no, she was doing drugs before she met Bobby Brown. And, it's these famous people who don't have... You got to have somebody around you 24/7. It's like if you're going to be that super mega famous, you got to have people that are straight. By straight, I mean don't do drugs, don't drink, and all that to keep you in line, because
keep your head down to earth.
Such a big loss, Bobby, Michael, Michael Jackson, even Freddie Mercury. Well, his was a different thing, but just all the overdoses and stuff. We should have had all these people still right now. Huge loss. They were very talented.
And doesn't it seem like it was like one national treasure after another one dying? I mean, it was like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. It's like, come on already. What the hell, man? Hollywood. Show business.
Well, and and Hollywood, the actors and the singers and everything, just stick with what you know. Don't talk about politics because you don't know politics. Stick to acting. Stick to singing.
Yeah, and I get it. They're allowed to have their opinion and feel a certain way. Yes, I get it. I understand, but it's not your job to. I don't know. To me, it's like just act, just sing, do your movies, and that's all. I don't want to know where you lean politically or whatever. But I've cut everybody off. All my favorite actors, I've had to cut them off and just keep them on the silver screen. That's who I like. I like to watch them act. He was good in this. She was good in that. And that's where I leave it. I have to quit listening to their
propaganda.
Yeah, and their nonsense or whatever. Their opinion. I just leave it at that.
Yeah. The end of the month, that Bette Midler Halloween movie is supposed to come out. Halloween 2 or what is it? Hocus Pocus 2.
Hocus Pocus, yeah.
And evidently it's only coming out on Disney. I don't subscribe to Disney.
I think I'd get it for free because of Verizon, but I haven't even watched it. Since they fired Gina Carano, I quit Disney. I left it.
And there's another one, stick with what you know. Stay out of politics. Stay out of this whole thing with the woke whatever you are and thems and theys and all right, so I work with this woman.
Oh.
And she has a couple of kids. The littlest one is called Bobo or Bebo. And then she's got a kid called Obi. And then exactly, that's where the name came from.
No.
Yeah. And then she's got a little boy. His name is Seven. No, he is 7. He is 7. And
I think I would name my kid. I would name him Obi. If I had a kid, if I was going to have a kid,
it's a cool name.
I would name Obi. Okay.
Yeah, it's a cool name. So the kid is 7. His name is Mark. And Mark decided he was going to grow his hair out and donate it. And I'm like, well, that's really cool. Well, Mark started to get teased and bullied by other kids at school, saying that he looks like a girl.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So what's Mark decide to do? Well, since everybody's telling him that he looks like a girl, I'm going to start wearing dresses. And now my name is Angela.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah. And Mom is supporting this. And Mom says, well, it's his decision to make. My thing is, no, it's not, because this is not a decision that a 7-year-old can make. I mean, I'm right there with you. You should support your kids in everything they want to do, to a certain extent. This kid does not have the mental capability to make a life-altering decision.
Yeah. I don't know. Part of me says, you know what? You want to wear girls' clothes while at home to play or whatever? I don't know, to figure things out. But I wouldn't let them go to school like that.
Well, and I mean, are we going to do puberty blockers?
I don't know. I think they're too easy to handle out. Like, that's not right. Some of that's all this has gone way overboard.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm right there supporting your kid in every decision and in anything they want to do. But this, I have a problem with this one. Just because the kid is not capable of making the decision.
And it's the kid who's gonna suffer from it.
Well, yeah.
For it.
Well, and I think he's making this decision for the wrong reasons. Well, they're already calling me a girl, so I should probably just dress and be a girl.
Yeah. You know, the parents should have that conversation. If they're calling you a girl, you should not care. Tell them to F off. That's what I would tell my kid.
Absolutely. And
tell them to F off.
And then this brings up the whole
here, let me show you the middle situation. Finger. This is how you give the middle finger.
And it brings up the whole bathroom situation. Okay, he still has boy parts, obviously, because he's 7.
Yeah.
So but we're dressing as a girl, so do we go in the girls or do we go in the boys?
See? Too much, you're creating so much confusion there to a kid who should only be confused about math and history and what's he going to eat for lunch, you know?
This, and I've said this before, at this age, the only thing these kids need to know about that is they pee out of it.
Yeah. That's it. No sex or no birds and the bees just yet.
Yeah. I mean,
only the parents know when to talk about their kids about the birds and the bees. Nobody else knows when.
Absolutely.
Only the parents.
That's a decision mom and dad have to sit down and decide when, where, how, and why. And then, you know, it's not even the birds and the bees anymore. It's the birds, the bees and the bees, the birds and the birds, the birds and the turtles, turtles and the snakes, snakes and the fish.
Well, I mean, perhaps, you know, and that's fine, but it's the parents' decision when to have that conversation.
Kate.
Parents' decision, not the teacher's decision. Not the woke teacher. Yep.
But
all right.
I just feel bad for the situation where he started out growing his hair for a cause. And it turned into that. And it should never have turned into a situation like that.
Yeah. So I was following a story earlier on this woman from Memphis who was kidnapped. You hear about this? This woman went out running this morning. I mean, early, like at 4 o'clock in the morning. And they said they saw her get abducted. Somebody pulled her into a car, took off. She hasn't been seen since. And I think now they found the vehicle, but they haven't found her yet.
Oh, wow.
And this happened this morning. Missing woman forced into SUV while running. I don't know, man. That's dangerous. A woman to be alone out there at 4 a.m. I mean, it's still dark. It's practically the middle of the night.
Yeah.
This was Friday morning. Sorry. Police say she was seen at Central Avenue in Zach near the University of Memphis, 4:20 a.m. when an unknown person approached her, and then they pushed her into a car. She's a mom of 2, and still not found yet. I'm gonna do a little on this in a little bit or tomorrow. All right, I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done.
Stick a fork in you. You're done.
Let me turn off this gratuitous music and get sick of it. I gotta do something. I gotta figure something out with that.
Yes, you do.
I like having music in the background. I know some people say, "Oh no, don't. It's too distracting or whatever." But
well, what about instead of music, maybe like a crackling fire or a running stream, or maybe a little bit of lightning and windstorm.
A running stream? You're gonna make everybody have to go pee every 5 minutes. They're going to hear the water. They're going to hear the water. And they're going to, I'll be back. I go to the restaurant.
I already do that.
Rain's going to put everybody to sleep. I mean, the jazz lounge, maybe, kind of jazz lounges.
Hey, Farrah.
Kind of stuff.
Pardon me.
Yeah, it's about that time. All right. Well, I'm good.
Time is it? This thing doesn't have a clock on it. How come I don't have a clock on it?
On your computer, top right.
Oh, well, and it's so small.
Yeah, you can play with that. Everyone, thank you for hanging out with us on Saturday nights. Kate, Kelly, Courtney, Farrah, Julie, Facebook user Marie Cordy KK. Is KK in here? KK.
Pink Floyd. I love Pink Floyd. Another brick in the wall.
Crystal, thank you so much for the super sticker. Didn't miss it. Saw you there. Anybody who did give stars over on the Facebook site, thank you so much. Much appreciated. I'll take a look at that as soon as we're done here.
Yep. And if anybody sent me Cash App, I haven't looked yet. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for another great hangout. It's always fun.
It is a good time. So, we doing anything tomorrow night, or we
I'm not sure yet. We'll see how the day develops, and then I'll figure it out tomorrow.
How the day develops.
We'll see how the day develops. Yeah, everyone, have a great night. Appreciate you all. Y'all take care.
Y'all come back now here.
Have a good Sunday.
Hasta luego.